Surprise, universe! It's me, Deadpool, Marvel anti-hero extraordinaire. This is my launch trailer, and research shows that trailers, dubstep, and absolute chaos go together like Wolverine and bad haircuts.
Ah, yes, dubstep. The dulcet tones of a computer being lobotomized that make kids go wild.
That being said, drop the beat! Deadpool, bang, babes, mayhem! Let's get it on!
Deadpool!
Ow! Ow! Ah!
Deadpool?
Oh, yeah!
Deadpool?
Oh, I love old 8-bit games!
This game isn't old. Or 8-bit, moron.
Really? Yeah! Okay, numbnuts. Deadpool, bang, babes, mayhem! Bang, bang, let the quest for booty begin! Cable, what is this dance? Deadpool, bang, babes, mayhem! Bring the noise! Now we're talking.
Smells like tacos.
You like tacos, Wade?
Silence, fool.
Bang, bang! It's so loud! Yes! Deadpool, bang, babes, mayhem!
I didn't sign up for this.
I'm gonna get dizzy! Rise and shine! Could somebody get a microphone? Because this would be a perfect time to drop it! Think fast, dummy!
Warning. The following videos may contain strong language, explosions, and high amounts of awesomeness. Viewer discretion is advised. If after watching that trailer you still need more of a reason to buy Deadpool the game, prepare yourself for the best review you've ever seen. Deadpool the game has received very mixed reviews from critics, and I can understand why, because from a gameplay or a critic standpoint, the game lacks a lot of different things. So in this review I'm going to be giving two different scores. I'm going to be giving a critic score and a gamer score, and you're going to notice quite a difference between the two. So let's get started. So to make this review as entertaining as possible and truly showcase how fun this game is, I'm just going to talk about what's bad about it right away. There's the occasional glitch. You'll notice in this little bit here that Deadpool repeated his lines a couple times. When you interact with a chest, it'll probably glitch and you won't be able to open it for a second. Turn around, come back to the chest and open it. Little things like that. You find that in any game because no game is perfect. If you can find one like that, then kudos to that developer. Two, there was a lot of complaints that the gameplay design and the character design were kind of uninspired. The levels are okay. I mean, it fits the theme of the game. It's kind of a dark game. I don't find too much of an issue. They could have used a little more detail, sure. But it wasn't that bad. As well as character design, some of the enemies are repetitive, especially with the whole premise being clones everywhere. Yeah, they're kind of repetitive, but I think it's a good thing because you really don't want to take away from Deadpool because he truly is the star of the show. He's just hilarious. The fact that he's voiced by Nolan North, who is the guy who voices Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series, is even better because hearing Nathan Drake in a serious character and then hearing Deadpool as this just loose cannon, I don't even know how to describe him besides hilarious character. It's just two different polar opposites, and it's the funniest thing you're probably ever going to see in a video game. My sides literally were hurting at times just because of how much I was laughing. Some of the comedy is kind of crude. A lot of it's kind of crude. But it's really not that bad because too many games are serious. You don't have many games that are, I don't know, they lighten up a little bit. I enjoyed seeing that in this game, and I hope that there's some sort of sequel. I don't know that you could necessarily make a sequel given that the story was kind of uninspired, but I would love to see one just to have my time with Deadpool once more because it was one of the most enjoyable games I've ever played. So it would be an absolute sin if I didn't talk about how Deadpool breaks the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Now what's the fourth wall? Well, think about an actor. They've got their left wall, their right wall, and the wall to the back of them. And then the fourth wall being invisible, which is the audience. Well, in this case, you have your fourth wall being your computer monitor. But Deadpool will actually call you out on things. He'll say, hey, this is a good time to buy some upgrades, or Oh look, there's a bunch of guys who want to kill us. In video games, that means we're going in the right direction. And believe it or not, stuff like that's been criticized and kind of like slapped on the wrist by critics, which I cannot even begin to fathom because it only enhances the experience that much more. To be in the middle of combat, just mashing buttons away, for Deadpool to be like, if you don't use your momentum attack, I'm going to kill myself. I don't understand how you cannot enjoy that. It's hilarious and it actually contributes to the gameplay. So I have to give them the biggest of high fives for creating an environment where the character really feels like he's part of the player and vice versa. I mean, I feel like Deadpool is my friend, which may be kind of weird, but as much as he interacts with you, you swear you could hold a conversation with him.
This is what it's all about.
So like I said earlier, the story really isn't anything to write home about. It's kind of uninspired, it's predictable, it's nothing big. What you're going to find the most entertaining, though, is the comedy and the commentary and how interactive it is. And the suggestive moments, you're going to find more than a couple of those. And there are a lot of cool little set pieces and special, how do I word it, special occasions, I guess. And I'm specifically leaving those out of this video because there are plenty of them, and I want to make sure that it's as enjoyable to you the first time as it was to me. But believe me when I tell you, you're going to laugh. You may cry laughing because this game is so damn funny. Alright, so remember earlier I said I was going to give this game 2 different scores. I'm going to give it a gamer score and a critic score. Gamer score is going to be based off of pure entertainment, off of replayability, off of I'm walking into my local store, I'm picking this game up, I have no idea what it is, am I going to enjoy it, is it going to be worth my money? And then the critic score being various gameplay aspects, glitchiness, voice acting, etc. From a gameplay perspective and from the gamer score, I'm going to give this game an 8.5. Now, it's going to vary greatly from the critic score, but this game, as an average consumer, is one of the most entertaining pieces you're going to pick up. You're going to want to continue playing it. You're going to love probably every second of it, not even every minute. The slapstick comedy is just 1 in a million. The breaking of the fourth wall is extremely unique and rare and needs to happen in other games. It's cool to be introduced to another superhero that I didn't know, or anti-hero. All in all, I appreciate it. The little things that I didn't like about it really were not enough to take away from the overall experience for me, and I would highly recommend it to anybody looking to play an all-around just fun game. Now from a critic score, I'm going to be giving it a little bit higher actually than a lot of critics have been giving it. I'm going to be giving it a 7. And a lot of critics give it like a 6, 6.5, even 5.5. Now the reason it's getting that score, gameplay. There really isn't a tutorial showing you the different combos you can do. There's at the very beginning showing you this is a light attack, this is a heavy attack, and it's even done in a comical nature. Level design could have used a little bit more detail. Character design, the clones did bother me because they were very repetitive. They were hilarious though. They interacted with you when you shot them. When you walk up behind one with a hammer, he's like, oh god, no. I mean, that's pretty funny. I don't know about you. Deadpool himself, the voice acting is just beautiful. On all the characters, it's awesome. It's very crisp, very clear. The legitimate script used outside of the game to make the game is genius. Not the one that Deadpool scribbles on within the game, or that he doesn't even follow in the game. It's all hilarious, and that really adds to the experience. The story is kind of uninspired. The clone thing gets really annoying really fast, just because you really feel like you don't have a purpose except for killing guys and getting some humor out of it, which is enjoyable. So those things are really the main factors that take away from it. Even from a critic's perspective, I would still suggest the game, not as much as from a gamer perspective, because of the low price point, because it was released lower. If it was released at full price, I would probably tell people, wait till it goes down. All that said, you have to remember this was a low budget game, and it was made to be that way. There are little bits that change the gameplay style up that I'm going to keep a secret because I want you to experience them, that are going to completely change the platform of the game. It's going to go from a hack and slash to something else. Twice, maybe even 3 times. Little aspects like that, they just add to it, and I would have liked to see more of it because they don't last as long as they should or as I would like. The interacting with the actual director of the game, or of High Moon Studios, developers, that's really cool. You see quite a bit of that. Little things like that I really appreciate, and I want to see more of. So from both a critic's and gamer perspective, I want to see some sort of sequel to it, but I want to see it put together better. Keep Nolan North, keep that slapstick comedy, and just take everything you've learned from it and improve it in every way, because it's nothing short of awesome now, and I can only imagine what would happen if they put a little more time and money into it then. And there, my friends, you have Deadpool the game reviewed for you. Now, like I said earlier, from a gamer score, I'm going to give it an 8.5, and from a critic score, I'm going to give it a 7. Now, the scores vary. I've already explained it, but I do think that it holds a lot of different qualities that people are going to enjoy. I've harped on it and harped on it. The comedy is just golden. If that's all you play it for, that's enough to buy it. It really is. It's just hilarious. Now, would you want to see a playthrough of it, maybe? PewDiePie has one already, and if you haven't heard of him, look him up right now. He's got one, and it's pretty funny, and he's a funny guy as well. Would you want to see me do a playthrough of it? I mean, I can if you want. I'd be perfectly fine playing it again, but I don't want to have to do it and record it all if nobody wants to see it. So you let me know. If you want to, I can do a playthrough. If not, that's cool too. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions about the game, feel free to let me know. I did leave out a lot of the main punchlines and a lot of the set pieces because I want you to enjoy those as much as I did the first time, so don't be mad at me for that. I'm only trying to not spoil the game. But like I said, if you want me to do a playthrough, that's kind of going to eliminate that anyway. I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed every minute of making this review and playing the game because it's hilarious. Do me a humongous favor, like I say all the time, just hit that little subscribe button. You're going to help me and you're going to help you, because the more you help me, the more I can help you. As always, thanks a whole lot for watching. I hope that I've entertained you, and I hope that this game entertains you too.